Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another week of D&D with the Gaffers and our other lovely folks. This is your Dungeon Master and World Progenitor Scoot. Once again with my lovely folks. This week's introduction will hopefully cause more or less trepidation than last week's snack-based one. What we are going to do is introduce each other, who they are. You're going to introduce the person to your right on our screens. It'll be the same order for the folks at home. You will introduce yourself, the person next to you, and then you will say one of your favorite things about the person, because we had a discussion about only one favorite thing, and I don't want to fucking be here for an hour doing this. So I rolled the dice before, and Mr. Will, it is your start.
Hello, everyone. I'm Will. In our game here, I play Rosco Barrickson, the Aasimar Warlock and Sorcerer. To my right is my friend Randall. And we only know each other in this capacity through a computer screen. And I will say that in this world, where the bulk of that time is spent pretending to be other people, I am very grateful, and I think my favorite thing about you is how empowering you are to other people. You make it easier for people to tell their stories. You make it easier for people to feel comfortable being grateful, and there have been like some really cool moments of you reaching out and being like, I really enjoyed this moment, and you are just very forward and you empower people to be themselves because of the way that you are. So thank you for that. Let's go. Pitter patter.
Oh,
Let's get at her.
Pitter fucking patter.
Thank you, Will. So, as Will said, I am Randall, and I play Kiki, the Kenku Tinkerer. To my right, Deb. And the thing I admire most about Deb, I'll qualify this in a second, is her Debness. For people who know Deb, I think you know what I mean. But I'll pick one aspect of Debness, and it's her creativity. So, whether it's like her costumes that she wears for like Ren Fair and like wigs and horns and makeup and stuff. She draws like these amazing illustrations of like fantasy characters, and just in general, like even just like how she inhabits her characters in the game. So
Thank you, Randall.
That's I think what I admire most about that, and even like the horns on your like headphones when you play in the games. Like there's always something. Like I love it. So yeah.
Sometimes I used to break out the wigs for CT. So I think we might have a little bit of confusion with the order of operations.
Yes. I think some people might have different orders on their screens.
Deb, go to your right.
Yeah.
Who do you have?
I'm going to go to my right, and well, first of all, I'm Deb. I am playing Tessa, the Tiefling Paladin. To my right, I have Rob, and so I only regret that we haven't had like a lot of time to get to know each other outside of D&D. But I can tell you guys, like, he's a super nice guy, really chill. I feel like he's the type of dude you can have like a really good conversation with. So yeah, just overall, really nice guy.
Well, thank you. I'm Rob, apparently a really nice guy. I play Nick, the human wizard, who's fresh out of wizard school on his adventuring internship, as it were. To my right is Scoot, and I think that's a different order than other people have, so I don't know. To my right, Scoot, so that's what I'm talking about.
All right, we'll fix it on the fly, don't worry.
Yeah, it's fine. Our illustrious dungeon master. I could go on for hours.
Please don't recording.
But yeah, we've got a podcast to get to. For me, one of the things that I really appreciate, picking favorites is hard, is Scoot, your commitment to like
inclusivity, both in terms of your players, but more so your world. It's something I've really felt in a lot of other campaigns. You have like characters who are different genders, different sexes, different races, different people. They're not all just carbon copies of the same people, and you put a lot of effort into it, and it's extremely appreciated. And it's just an absolute pleasure to live in your worlds.
Thank you.
For the time we get to.
I'll send you the check tomorrow. So I'm gonna reconfigure the order a little bit. So I'm gonna head on my screen up to.
And then I'll do Will to finish.
Yep. So this is Scoot. You're a floating head in the sky, various shaper of worlds, and to my right, or to kind of keep the flow going, is Kate. I was more prepared for Will, but we will make sure. I think
you can say nice things about me later if you want, sure. I suppose.
The one thing I can say I very much appreciate about Kate, as a friend, as a player, is her ability to be as creative in building things in my world, but also as challenging, because she makes use of a lot of things in the world that keep me on my feet. She's not I hit it with my sword over and over again kind of player. She's also one of my longest standing players that's been in, I think, the most campaigns of mine currently. I think you're the head. It's you, I think. You were Deb, but it might be you because you've been in more of them recently. Yeah. So I appreciate that as one of my staple players, and also one that will help me sometimes wrangle the cats, because that is an exhausting job as the Dungeon Master.
I have practiced with cat wrangling. My cat is currently right here. Hi, cat. Thank you for that, Scoot. It is a delight to inhabit one of your worlds and occasionally to infuriate you in it. Let's see. To my diagonally down to the right is Will. Yes, exactly. Oh, sorry. I'm Kate. I play Neva, our a half-dryad druid. Down and to my right is Will, who I have also only ever known through D&D, which is it's interesting when you only get to know someone through D&D, because part of how you get to know them is out of character as who they are in real life, obviously. I feel like you start to get glimpses of who they are and like the consistencies across their characters. And I'm not suggesting that Will has, a secret moonlighting career as a bank robber or a lockpicker or something just because he always multi-classes into rogue. But
that would be crazy talk.
It would be ridiculous. Oh God, train robber.
That's right. That was a good one.
Wizard murderer on train. But one of the things that I like a great deal about Will, other than the fact that he has an excellent taste in spouses, because his wife and I went to college together, and we only found this out 2 weeks ago, which is hilarious to me.
I agree. I do.
You do have great taste in spouses. But one of the things that I like most about Will is that he's not toxically positive. He's not one of those people like that forces everything to be a happy situation. But he's positive in the sense that he makes the world around him a little bit happier, either by acknowledging other people's sadness or by bringing some cheer to it.
Well, that's really, really nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would like to add one thing about Will, since I've known him chronologically the longest, is I appreciate Will's willingness to make Faustian deals with me as the DM all the time. It really, really fucking helps the game move forward when someone's going to shake the hands with the interplanar creature.
Oh my god, drives one of my other characters nuts, but that's fine.
I spend all day sitting at my desk making small choices. That's not what I do to relax. Bold choices or go home.
Speaking of interplanar,
find out.
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
The motto, that should be the fucking city motto of Philly. Fuck around and find out.
It should be.
Before we get started, can I be sappy for a moment?
Sure.
Yes.
I'm gonna spin my chair to the left And now all you fucks are on my right.
Oh god. Well,
This is perhaps the best
good
group
session,
I've ever
everybody.
played
Sorry
with.
it has to end so soon.
And without wasting all of our time on infinite specifics, just thank you all so much for being such a fantastic group. It's an absolute pleasure to play with you guys every week.
It is a delight and something I always look forward to, in large part because of all of you. Actually, like literally mostly because of all of you.
Well,
Internet group hug.
I'm
Internet group hug!
Internet group hug.
mhm.
Now let's go kill
100%
some
here
shit.
for this love fest.
Let's go
right?
murder
Let's go blow
things.
some shit up.
Murder!
As I was
Fuck
saying
shit up.
before, Rob took us on the Fields trip on the Fields bus.
Another
Speaking of interplanar beings, we will resume from where we were last week as Rosco,
yeah, shit.
the Way Watcher, a Asimir very tied to the moon goddess Selûne, goes to find his charge, who he's supposed to just very simply walk through a ceremony, much like the father of a bride in your sort of traditional Christian wedding, or some other types of weddings, to find that she is gone, and the only thing remaining of her, any clue, is a symbol of Orcus that has been etched into the back of her door.
Bum, bum, bum.
So Roscoe, you have, where we left off, you saw it. She's not, you don't see her, you see the symbol. What do you do?
I immediately just take a beat. I'm like panting. This is not my thing. Memorize the symbol. Stare down the symbol, and that's it. But I don't touch anything. This is not Roscoe's first crime scene. Usually I'm the one. No, those details aren't important, but it's not my first crime scene. I touch nothing. And I haul. I should have thought of this. I am going to go to what's her name? I have my slip. Can I try to find Priestess Manula's?
You certainly
Is anybody
can.
else?
Yeah,
Did
the
anybody
temp-
else come with me to the ceremony? Like, I imagine everybody else is kind of hanging
Yeah,
out.
people are hanging
by the
around.
temple.
No one came with you because they let you go on your own. Although, do me a favor, make me a perception check before you bolt out of that room.
Okay.
Will Roscoe find the details, or will he fucking miss them?
Perception.
Perception.
Here's my problem. So I gotta tell you, unrelated, in my Humblewood campaign, which I am loving being a fuzzy little creature, my perception is a -1. I play a dumbass. It has produced the most delightful moments of being like, no, I don't know where my shoes are. Fuck me.
I think sometimes having that kind of negative score is really funny. Like you can really play it.
Wow.
That's going to be...
Hey, you rolled
But
like
this time
Neva.
it's a 26 perception.
Or as we'll
So
start calling
what's
it,
up?
as we'll start calling it, the casual Neva.
Casual. 19's a casual.
Casual Neva. So as
All
you're,
right, so the adrenaline's flowing.
yeah, and
I'm focused.
You're memorizing that symbol of Orcus, but as you're looking at it, as you know, the sort of anxiety begins to take you, you do notice that something's off with the symbol. It's sort of done very haphazardly. It doesn't radiate the same demonic energy you might expect it to, and it's just, it looks very sloppily done.
Okay. Is it carved, charred, projected?
It is charred with probably some like beaming substance. It definitely isn't carved with a knife. Like this was put on here most likely using magic.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody flashed this on there, but it doesn't look as good as or as deeply demonic as accurate as I.
Yeah. So you know how like there's
there's
like brand cereals and then like the store brand cereals.
This is Aldi Orcus.
Yep.
Okay, Aldi Orcus. Okay.
Videos.
Yeah, Orcheos.
Yeah. All right.
So
These are puffed rice cereals.
Yeah. This is if you like Orcus.
You'll find this acceptable. So you do find the priestess. They're all again.
Yes.
They're assembling for this ceremony.
So I guess my question is more: did these guys were they going to attend this ceremony? I know they didn't come to the room with me, but like
The ceremony's happening later tonight. It is earlier in the morning, so they're prepping things, right? They're getting rites and rituals together.
I think you're asking if the Gaffers are going to be attending it.
Are the Gaffers around right now?
Be there for moral support.
I am sleeping outside in a tree. Well, all right, I'm awake at this point. It's morning. There's sunshine, and Neva's awake.
Yeah, you were booted out of the JRV pretty early because they had to go.
They had to leave. Okay, yeah, so they couldn't just hang around there. All right, so I'm going for the priestess, but I would like to be looking to see if I see any of these guys to get them.
Yeah, you definitely see Tessa getting a tour of the temple. You see Nick and Kiki in tow with... You're probably Neva hanging out in the most naturey part of the town you can find. So you just sort of in a clearing with some grass.
All right, so I'm just going to, if I see Tessa and thinking Neva's not all there, I just want to grab somebody. Tessa.
Oh, yeah. Hey, isn't this temple awesome?
The girl's gone.
What do you mean she's gone?
The girl who's supposed to be the avatar or the rebirth for the whatever the fuck. She's gone. And there's a symbol of Orcus burned into the wall. Get everybody together. I have to talk to the priestess.
So there's clerics around, and there's an acolyte giving Tessa the tour who is just like, what?
Bring me to Manulus now. Hurry.
And they bolt. They just go tearing off.
I'm following. I'm.
Scoot, do I know anything about Orcus?
Make me a religion check.
While she rolls, Kiki and I know where Neva is?
A tree, probably.
17.
But she's like,
are there like a
outside the
limited
temple.
number of trees in town?
Yeah, there aren't a whole lot.
And Neva was basically her plan would have been wake up, find some place to get the two Gax secured, essentially.
3.
Because they're planning to walk around all day, and basically the deal was they slept under the tree with me last night. And now that the Gax are safely stabled somewhere, Neva's probably walking back towards town center, which is where she expects to find most of you.
Cool. I'll run towards center, look for trees, and track down Neva.
Yeah. Tessa, with a 17 on a religion check, what you know is that Orcus is one of the lords of the 9 hells. He's a pretty big deal. Hates the Raven Queen. Hates her. Real bad. Real super bad. Generally an evil dude, likes to destroy things, is kind of a dick.
Alright. I do make sure to tell Rosco this, so as we're making our way to the High Priestess, I'll just give him spouting off these facts that I know.
Yeah, hey,
Oh, this doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't.
Nick, you find Neva outside, kind of heading back towards the temple. Nick?
Yeah, find Neva, get back to the temple, go inside, follow commotion, assume Roscoe's going to be in the middle of it.
Do you tell Neva to come with you, or do you just see her?
Yeah, no, sorry. I assume we found you and
go.
I've seen the Neva.
Hi, Neva. Bye, Neva.
Sorry.
Roscoe locks Neva in a closet, but she can get out much easier.
I was so stressed about the Orcus thing, I just did the whole conversation in my head.
So Nick just stands there staring at you, Neva, but he looks real panicked.
I do believe that
That's
Nick.
Kiki.
Honestly, yeah, that checks out.
Nick, everything okay?
Sorry. The girl from the temple is gone, and Roscoe seemed really, really freaked out. So we should probably get back there.
We should be going. Yes, Neva's already moving.
Yeah, I'm
Kiki's
jogging.
Running. Tessa, before those 3 can get back, you and Roscoe are brought into an inner sanctum of the Temple of the Raven Queen, which is quite large for this town. It's probably one of the biggest buildings around. and you see the high cleric.
Are we in Raven Queen Temple or Saloon Temple at this point? Because I know it's like a joint operation.
Yeah, it's a joint temple. It's sort of built into the other. But at this point, when you said the word Orcus, they brought you to the Raven. They brought you to the big section, and you see the cleric and the high paladin of this particular area are just sort of looking at you, Rosco, expectantly, and they're probably kind of spooky to begin with, being like acolytes of death, although it be natural death. They look pissed. Not at you, but they're pissed.
My name's Rosco. I'm going to cut through the bullshit. I went to go fetch the charge for the ceremony, the festival, the rebirth, the high moment. And she was taken, and as far as I can tell, whoever took her, left behind a calling card of Orcus burned into the wall.
Yep, so the paladin strides past you as the acolyte leads him to that room. The arch-cleric looks you up and down. All right. This is not great. When was the last time you talked to the new vessel?
Last night, right? Am I getting that right?
Yep, last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last night we spoke. And then I assume no one's seen her wandering around this morning, because when I came in, that's where I was directed to just.
No, she was making her sort of final preparations, and we were, she wanted to wait for you to come, and now we're here.
Are there any followers of Orcus in this town?
No, they say we would have.
Any of the neighboring towns?
While the Minotaurs and us are very tolerant of most faiths and gods, the rulers of the Hells are not really tolerated here.
Makes sense.
So they would be exiled. They're usually exiled. However, some are purged, especially from him. And our cleric looks pissed. Not again. He's just very.
Good. I'm pissed too.
Do you have a place you exile these people?
Off the continent.
Okay.
Although, that's not to say Coldstone arrives from time to time. WtR.
Yes.
You are not of the Raven Queen.
No, but we're both in the same business, watching over crossings, so I'm a friend here.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to do something, but you may reject it should you wish.
I don't say anything, I just listen.
Okay. It is my thought. Even now we are sending people to search for her. But I have a feeling that they will be on the lookout for us. You and your group are different. You don't carry our magical signatures. You have a druid and a mage of some kind of caster. Whatever the Kenku does, I haven't seen them do anything at the moment. And your paladin is of Allura. I'm willing to bet that when we find where these bastards are hiding, that you and your group might be able to get in more undetected than we would. They're going to be searching for us. They're going to be on the lookout for us. They may not look for you.
I'll go. I'm not going to make any promises. I'm not going to. My word doesn't bind anybody else just yet.
Oh, I'll
I
help.
will go. Tessa will go.
What say the rest of you? At this point, you've all arrived.
Of course, I'll help.
Of course.
Kiki nods.
Weird.
Are we at the room where she was taken from with the symbol?
No, you're at the main, like the
Okay.
office of the High Cleric, who is okay.
Got it.
The paladin, the High Paladin comes back, and there's a quiet moment as they talk to each other in Celestial. Do any of you know Celestial?
Yes.
My horse might.
Me
I
and
don't.
the horse. The horse and I know Celestial.
And the horse
Wait.
you rode.
No, we can just bring the horse in to translate. I can talk to the horse. Eva can talk to the horse.
I can talk. Neva speaks Celestial.
Okay. You and Roscoe hear them talking very hushedly in the sort of sing-songiness that is Celestial. They're speaking in very distinct sentences because they don't know what languages you speak. But you folks hear the word Demon Prince a lot. They feel that she's been taken by, not Orcus himself, but one of the princes of his particular realm, meaning one of his offspring or sires.
Neva's going to continue being blunt because that's what Neva does. Excuse me, is there a particular reason you believe that she's been taken by a demon prince in particular? And is there one that you suspect over others?
They both look at each other, and they look at you. And the paladin just kind of breathes, and she goes, "Our apologies, we didn't think that someone of the Fae would know Celestial. We're not sure, but based on the particular signature of the power in there and how this was done with a lot more guile than Orcus himself tends to use in his matters, or more of his veteran followers. We think this is someone attempting to curry favor with him, which is good because that means the vessel is probably alive. Our scrying efforts have thus far been not great. Our divination, though, has found something. Even in our initial ones, we found a sort of blank area that we cannot see into. But sometimes, as I think you might know, what isn't there might be an indicator of what is.
Well, if you can't find her anywhere else, and you've got an area where you can't find anything at all, when all other possibilities have been eliminated, whatever remains, however unlikely, must be the truth.
So we formulated a rough plan because we cannot allow the people of Raven's Roost to know that this has happened. There's a lot to attend to. We don't want to cause panic. So, what we would like to do is myself, some of the other paladins and clerics, will draw some attention. Distraction, if you will. And then you folks can feel free to slip in, get the vessel, cut whatever demonic throat you would like. And there's a sense of missing out on that in his voice. Her voice. And then bring her back to safety. And then once that's done, we'll clean up the rest.
Let's do it. Let's move.
Okay.
Does anybody need anything? Any supplies before we head out?
No, I agree. We should go quickly.
Good to go.
Armed, ready. Lead the way.
Okay. They take you, they lead you up into the mountains, into the higher peaks. And eventually they come to a crossroads. And they inform you in the middle there's this very small valley. And those of you that are trained in Arcana, please make an Arcana check.
That's an
That's
11
one of
for
my-
Neva.
Okay, 17 for Tessa. Okay.
Oh, I didn't even roll.
Kiki crit.
Kiki crit, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't roll.
So everyone's a little bit stumped, but then Kiki, with her Kenku eyes, you spot a
Special eyes.
My brand.
you spot this dome of glittering energy that's camouflaged amongst the rocks, but Kiki's able with her propensity for shiny things, zeroes in on it real quick. And you think that's probably the holding chamber of where they might be keeping her. And as do you point that out to the rest of the party as well as the paladins and clerics?
Oh yeah. Kiki can't help herself. She kind of points to like shiny, shiny dome, shiny.
So so the high paladin looks over and
She
goes,
describes it.
and he just looks, and eventually with Kiki's help, you see, he goes, "Oh fuck." Sorry, she goes, fuck. That valley is where a dragon died. There is going to be a lot of latent magic in there. All right. Well, you still ready for this? She asks the group.
I'm always ready to slay demons.
Say
Get at it.
demons, not dragons. Dragons. Kiki's a little like, okay, dragons.
The dragon is already dead.
Oh. Kiki like marks one notch down on her, like,
Did it.
like, okay, check, okay. She was very happy.
Yeah, so you see the high paladin casts a spell real quick, and she goes, okay, follow this road, and she looks around, and then she zeroes in on Neva and gives you very explicit instructions of the path to find, thinking that you're probably the one to do this to. And she goes, we're going to take a more direct route and hopefully draw a lot of the attention away. When you see the raven in the sky, and you won't miss it, go. So
Go attack, says Kiki. Go lead.
No, go begin find.
Boom.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, boom. Oh, okay. Kiki nods
Boom.
very excitedly.
Kiki's like, now you're speaking my language.
Roscoe does speak one.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
say
boom,
in
but in
foreign.
one.
I say boom in common. What do I have? I got a bunch. Celestial giants I can say boom in. It's actually the root of boom. It's like moose. Boom started in giant. Not a lot of people know that.
As you have that conversation with Kiki, the paladin nods, and wishes you luck as she leads the group that she has brought with her. It's a sizable group, probably 4 to 5 times the size of yours. Heads off in the other direction. So, Neva, I would like you to make a survival check to lead your group.
Sure. I was also going to drop a pass without trace on us.
Probably not a bad idea.
Pass without trace has been dropped on us.
Okay. So go ahead and make me a survival check to see if you can lead your friends through this very tricky terrain.
14. I've got luck if I need to burn it. Sounds like I might need to burn it. 23.
A 23 gets you there further, as you see that some of the folk you're with aren't really used to the wilds and the mountains. Nick seems to be struggling a bit, being an urban boy, as is Roscoe. Tessa Tessa trips at one point, but she has wings, so she just sort of flies back onto the ledge without much incident.
I feel like Tessa's equally slightly ungainly on all terrain.
Unless it's in battle.
Right.
Yeah.
And he is sure-footed as fuck.
You find eventually you find old carved stairs that the paladin told you about as you begin to make an ascent. and onto the map where you are now. So you've found this ravine, and before you, Pete Nolan has noticed this dome of purple energy, which Kiki had seen, but is now much clearer to you, as you are below the camouflaging magic. Inside, you see what you can see, which is a bunch of armed, heavily armored, soldier types. There are 2 archers whose bows are ablaze with fire, a very large winged demon, possibly devil, a caster of some kind, and then that Rosco, your charge, who is strapped to the spine of a dragon's skeleton.
It's metal as fuck.
Yep. By the look of the skeleton, it was probably a red or possibly a gold, which are the most powerful variants of their respective chromatic and metallic variants.
Very good. Excellent. Just the situation I wanted to find today.
Yep. So, folks, you are standing there. They definitely have not noticed you yet. What would y'all like to do?
Well, we haven't
Kiki
been given
looks
the
at
ghost
Neva.
signal yet, so.
No, that's
Do
true.
I recognize whatever spell is making this purplish dome?
It's more or less a force shield.
Okay.
It's a very it's expanded. Like, they've definitely messed with the spell work.
Okay. What do I know about, like, what can and can't get past such a barrier?
So this type of variant of the spell is this is made to keep projectiles out. However,
Okay.
like, if Tessa ran through, she would probably just go right through.
Okay, so sort of Dune style personal shield vibes.
Nice.
Yeah, or it's sort of like
Okay.
a bulletproof vest. Like, that'll stop a bullet, but it may not stop a knife because it's just
Right.
different types of energy.
Not gonna
and-
stop
yeah.
a bulldozing tiefling.
Nope. on a Pegasus.
Will it stop magic projectiles, Kiki?
You think this is
No,
all
20.
arrows, magic?
Yeah,
This will probably
okay.
stop it. Or at
Yeah,
least hinder it.
definitely. That's actually kind of the interesting. It was designed, that was the primary thing, and the blocking arrows and mundane projectiles was kind of a nifty side effect. Sorry, sidetracked.
I love Nick's tangents.
Turns to me. She turns to his academic, like, I wrote a paper on this.
It's like, oh, actually, we studied that just last
Neva.
semester.
Everyone just rolls their eyes. Kiki asked Neva, creep closer? Like, ready for action? Or stay here?
Well, it's probably not a bad idea to get a little bit closer, so we're ready to act quickly. Basically, like, Neva thinks that we should probably get within one turn's, basically one movement action. But I'm not sure how much. Because I know that it's not always like perfectly translated. How much cover is there for us?
Oh, it's an open field.
So,
yeah.
So here's the thing about Neva. She can attempt to hide even when only lightly obscured by foliage, heavy rain, falling snow, mist, and other natural phenomena.
That's good for
It
Neva.
doesn't help anybody else, but it does
Yeah.
help Neva.
Can her friends do that, though?
No, only Neva can.
So we haven't been spotted.
At
We
the
have
moment.
passed without a trace. Yeah. All right, so Kiki flattens to the ground. I assume if we're not already that way.
Thank God for group stealth.
Yeah, right.
Tessa's not stealthy, guys.
Question.
Mhm.
Is there anybody who would be particularly served by being able to get right in the middle of things without being seen?
Well, given that I have
Either
armor, it might allow me to do a quick sneak attack. I was planning on being in the middle anyway.
Well, my thought is either you or Kiki, do you feel like you could free her and get her out from the middle of things?
So Kiki gestures to her crossbow, which you'll notice is like tricked out with new glyphs on it, and she was going to go pew 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 pew. She counts
Pew pew.
4.
No,
yeah,
fine. Pew pew's good.
Yeah.
All right, Tessa
but
it is.
can't with the shield. Like so, she's also like priorities caster. Like then she points to her crossbow and her, like take out the caster. Like
Yeah.
Neva does not particularly need to be within the ring to get shit done.
I was.
Neva has a lot of
I
ranged spells.
I don't know if any of you heard that last night that we were back at the venue, but I've been figuring out a lightning thing. I could get them from a pretty fair distance.
I need to get the shield down first, though.
Or be within the shield.
Yeah, I don't know how well it would go through that.
Well, if
Scoot, do I
it
know
might-
with lightning? I assume it wouldn't make it to the shield.
No, it's going to either going to stop it or greatly reduce the effects of your spells.
Sure.
If you are
Yeah,
firing
we'd
from outside.
probably have to
So-
get inside.
If you're firing from, and so basically the people who need to get inside most would be Tessa, Nick, and Kiki.
And I can go straight for the cast.
Yeah. I'm assuming
Yeah.
her bombs would bounce off too. Would they be?
They
I
are.
don't know if they're considered projectiles. But
Actually, a bomb, if you lobbed a grenade, that might get through because it's sort of a object passing.
As long as you don't like fastball it.
So
Go
just
for the
roll-
So
softball throw for this
I don't know
one.
if her. Yeah, I don't know if her crit on the shield would give her any knowledge about that, or she just was about detecting.
It's about
So
finding
she
it
could do
because
that
it's
from
very well
60
hidden.
feet.
So
Yeah, okay.
Kiki thinks like her crossbow definitely won't. The bombs might get through.
Okay. So she
And
just
Nick
has to go.
said
She has
he's
a range of
assuming
60
spells are going to be pretty reduced. Okay.
As long as the shield is up.
So she would have to go up. She'd have to go up 5 feet, and then she could lob a bomb at like.
Does it
caster
look
or
like the
whatever.
caster is doing anything? Like, can we tell whether or not they are the source of the shields? Like,
Yeah,
it's
so
an active thing?
Caster is actively performing a ritual. The large demon gentleman is also performing a ritual of some kind.
All right, here's my vote. I'm going to make Tessa invisible.
Yes.
Nice. Nice. Big
Wait,
Tessa.
invisibility.
I actually
This is just
Also
straight
can do
invisibility.
that.
Okay, that will drop once I make my attack.
Mhm.
But
Right.
that'll give me at least one surprise round.
yeah,
Well,
I can get in
what
there
I-
with you,
what I-
or we can send someone else in.
Well, that's my thinking. If we have two is better. All right. My initial thought was invisible Tessa. Everybody else just pass through. For our listeners at home, the haunted egg timer hourglass of plan your shit has begun. So we're watching red sand, and now I'm wasting time explaining to yourself. Figure it out. Figure it out.
in this audio medium.
Tessa heading for Big Boy.
Or you want me to go for big boy first?
Big Boy. My instinct is that I want to hit the shit out of the caster.
Okay, so you want to take the cast.
Yeah, drop the shield, get Kiki able to get in there without having to walk
Maybe-
in.
Kiki could do a bomb from. She just had to move up 5 feet, so she could.
Okay,
She would still love to do the pew pew. She's all like.
Yeah.
maybe
Big boy.
Kiki start with a
Quite
bomb.
frankly, I don't
and
want to
some
be
of
in there
the-
either.
Maybe
So-
Kiki.
Neva would suggest that she start.
Then Neva starts.
Yes.
Neva, do you think you
Neva
can
starts
get?
the party.
Do you think you can get the girl out, Neva? If you're invisible,
If they're
do you want to
Actually-
try? Neva and
Tessa
Tessa
being
both in there.
invisible.
if they're if we get them on their heels, I can become something that will get her out of there quite quickly. Yes.
Okay. What do you think, Roscoe? Neva and Tessa invisible in?
Yeah, I like it. Let's do it.
All right.
Okay. So do we get a prep round
Awesome.
since we're unnoticed?
Yeah, you can do anything you want
Okay.
to do now, but everyone roll me initiative while we're here.
Okay. For my prep, Scoot, can I activate my sacred weapon paladin thing?
Yep.
It lasts for a minute, so I guess I can assume like as soon as Roscoe puts the invisibility on me, cast that, and then cast that invisibility, then initiative order.
But we're still waiting on the signal.
Oh, crit!
Neva's initiative is
Nice.
5.
Of course, I waste a crit on
She
a.
rolls terribly on initiative.
Yeah,
Why?
we're waiting on the. We have
This
to
is the
wait.
way.
We're waiting to do this for the Raven.
Yes.
Just
Oh,
so
yeah.
yes.
So
Kiki's
Neva,
last.
Oh my God, we have a 5, a 3, and a 6.
And the 23 from...
Well,
I
good
have
thing I'm
23.
going first.
Maybe Tessa should grab the girl and run.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna bulldoze my way through. You just yank her down. Just
Because you won't become visible by freeing her.
That's true. Yeah, I only
You
become.
could just fireman's carry her out of there.
I could.
She
Well,
just
unless
lifts
she's
up.
stuck there. But we have to consider if she's stuck there by magic or any kind of binding, and this demon's like looking at her. They're gonna notice if
True.
if something starts unbinding her. Can we see from where we are how she's on this dragon?
You cannot. There's too many
Okay.
things in the way.
I think then the original plan of get in there, get them distracted, and Neva grabs her to get out. Unless the binding is magical, in which case we'd probably have to kill whoever did the binding in order to get her out.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is what Neva would tell you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds great. And then even in that case, we have two invisible people in there in the midst of them to get the party
A
started.
raven appears in the sky.
All right.
You hear the distant sounds of a lot of fighting.
Come on.
I reach out for Neva's shoulder.
Okay. So this is your...
Roscoe, I assume you reach out to Tessa.
Yeah, but it's more of like a bicep grab.
So, Tessa and Neva, you two vanish. We are in turn order, but we're not in combat yet.
Yeah, we're going to need a couple turns to get up there.
So
Maybe we
I'm-
want to go through the side.
So go ahead and move. Anyone, we're still kind of in free movement. So move where you folks want to move. So you're using a double move to get over there.
Oh, make sure that your stats are updated as well in the. It's like your health bar in the.
Good
Tessa,
note.
make me a stealth check with advantage and a +10 from the pass without a trace.
Okay. A +10.
Yep. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
that's
pass
what you
without
get.
a trace.
From
I'll burn a luck if I need to.
You get advantage. You get advantage.
Oh,
Get
advantage.
because you are
Okay.
invisible.
Yeah, Neva will move up with you.
Same thing, Neva.
26.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let me activate pass without trace. Okay.
And Roscoe, you're moving over there. Make me a stealth check. Unless you're trying to get their attention.
I'm
Neva
gonna
gets
try to do it stealthy with the understanding that I'm not worried too much.
Okay.
Do I get past that trace if I go
Yes,
there
you
too?
do.
+10.
All right.
Kiki, we're stay here. Kind of squishy.
Yeah.
Randall, no
Kiki's gonna
sounds
wait,
coming.
She only has
Oh,
to
there
move
it is.
5 feet to lob her bomb.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. It just took a second.
Yeah, she's gonna wait because she only has to move up 5 feet and her bomb. She's gonna-
And Scoot, I popped.
She will
mage
whisper to
armor
you.
as
She's
part of
like-
my preparation too.
Okay. So did you roll that stealth check?
Yeah, it's just sitting there rolling for dice forever. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. This might be roll 20
What's in
being
there?
weird.
Come
let's
on, roll 20.
see.
Stop being weird.
They may not find Roscoe.
You don't know. I can
I
be
know.
27.
Yeah, you're good. You two make it very stealthily as they are mostly looking to the northern sky as they see that big raven, and everyone stops for a second, and the shield has a sort of like a moment as it sort of fades in and out, as if someone had stopped concentrating for just a second. Kiki and Roscoe, are you where you? Sorry, Kiki and Nicholas, are you where you are? Are you where you would like to be?
I'll
Yes.
scoot over just a little bit.
If we
I'm
scoot,
super
if
torn.
we scoot, do we have to?
No, you're
We
far
have
enough
to-
away. The others are going up to them. You're still very far.
Oh, okay.
Could I get like?
Okay.
Hold on, 5, 10, 20. Could I get like here without having to roll, or is that, I assume that's close enough to need to roll?
You would need to roll because you're moving up. Like you're stepping up 5 feet, not a problem. Going that far, yeah, someone might spot you, as you are not invisible.
I'm gonna check a measurement real quick.
Nick's doing math with a paper, like.
Or the arrow.
Put his
that
notebook
goes
out doing
funny.
trigonometry.
Use
Okay.
the Pythagorean theorem.
What are we doing, Nick?
Okay.
Time is passing.
I'm gonna stay here with Kiki. We're gonna be squishy together.
Okay, so That is a 1 round, and you see the 2 gentlemen in the middle there continue to do the ritual. So, folks, you can activate a surprise round if you would like.
Oh,
Can I use the strap time to cast Mage Armor on
Yep,
me?
you would have.
No,
you
I
can do that.
I was just about to say I as preparation cast Mage Armor on Nick as well.
Okay.
Oh, well then I won't cast it on me. Kiki, how's your armor? Do you want Mage Armor?
You get mage armor, and you get mage armor.
No, I'm okay.
All right, cool.
All right.
I know.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
don't burn that spell slot. I've
Thank
got that nice Eldritch Invocation.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so
All right.
where we can do this is. Are you folks triggering a surprise round? Is
Yes.
now the time. Okay, so you can go in any order you would like.
Yeah.
Yo, Roscoe is so pissed.
Should it be me and Neva going in first?
So, yes, but Neva wants to do a thing as we're going in. So, like, before you actually get to them, because once you're in range, she has to plan a little bit more carefully.
I will also be doing. I'm going to actually burn a bonus action first, as I'm on my way there.
Okay, so then let me act first, and then you go.
Because you're not going to get detected. I'm going to get detected as soon as
Yeah.
I start doing stuff.
Well, casting a spell breaks invisibility, right?
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
But I'm going to wait
Yeah.
until I get. I can get right next to him, so I'll wait until I get next to him before I do that.
What are we doing, people? Because they're doing stuff. They're doing rituals.
I think
and
Neva's
things.
just going to give up on being invisible and say fuck it. And I'm going to drop a call lightning on Big Demon Dude.
Okay, you
Do
are.
you step inside the circle?
I don't have to step inside the circle. What happens is I cast a
I
storm
was going to
cloud.
say, where are you?
I'm outside of the circle still. I drop a storm cloud on him. The storm cloud can be inside.
Mhm. That's true.
A bolt of lightning flashes down, and every creature within 5 feet. So I'm specifically going to put it here, and for the audio note, I am pinging a spot that is between the demon and one of his farther out bowmen, but not within 5 feet of the other caster. Mostly because if I put it within 5 feet of the caster and the demon at the same time, I'm also putting it within 5 feet of the person we're trying to rescue.
Mhm.
Ooh, yeah.
And she's tied up, so she automatically fails dex saves, which is what these people need to make right now.
Okay. So the archer, they're
Yeah,
gonna.
she- 15.
Archer does not. Demon gentleman does not.
Sweet. Then they're both going to take 3d10. They each take 23 damage.
Okay, that geeks the archer.
Good morning!
The demon gentleman gets hit with that, but does not take as much damage as you thought he would.
That's okay. There's somebody with a radiant sword about to smack him.
Yeah, I'd like to go next if you're done, Neva.
I'm going to use my bonus action to...
You can
I'm gonna
move.
use it
This is
with
going to be a turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to get... 1, 2... I'll tell you what, I'll move as Tessa moves. So
Okay.
we're moving together.
All right, so Tessa, what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm going to burn my bonus action first to cast Branding Smite.
Ooh.
So basically, I get 2 attacks now. Yay! I am going to pull out my now radiant sword and whap him with it.
Give him a whap.
And because of my sacred weapon that I prepped, I get an extra +3 to attack.
Nice.
So that is the first attack. Does a 20 hit him?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to take.
This should be good damage.
2d6 plus. I think it's just an extra 2d6.
Plus your strength, plus that 3.
Yeah, so it's okay. So he's going to take 19 damage from the first hit, all radiant,
Nice.
That's going to take he's going to take a little bit more on that one, certainly.
and I'm going to follow up with my second attack.
Mm-hmm.
Does a crit hit him?
It does hit him.
Yes.
All right.
You
Well,
want to dump a divine smite into this?
Yeah.
fuck yeah, I want to dump a divine smite into that.
Paladins.
We be dumping.
Okay, so that's gonna be. Okay, I have to type in a lot of things here.
In the meantime, while that's happening, because I'll record that damage when Deb gets to it, who else would like to go next?
I think Kiki is next if Kiki wants it.
He takes
are we still in like
62
surprise round?
damage. Holy shit. 62 radiant damage.
Again?
God damn.
Once more for the folks in the back, please.
Paladins.
62, so I got a 31 with all of my buffs and Divine Smite, and since I got a crit, that is doubled.
You hit him so goddamn hard. He's very, very angry with you at the moment.
Good. Come at me, bro. Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
Philly, devil. Ask Philly.
So
Straight from
smoked him
South
good.
Philly.
what the rest of you see is like this thundercloud come, and they're looking around and seeing and trying to figure out what the fuck's happening, and then bursting in, sword in hand, Tessa comes up, cuts once across the guy's arm, tries, and then instead of a backswing like he's expecting, she just dips it and then stabs him in the gut. And Kiki, you see this flash of radiant energy that sears him a lot.
That's your patented South Philly move.
Yeah. Stab a motherfucker.
Wow. Yeah, pretty much.
You've made Gritty proud, Deb.
Kiki will pick her beak. Kiki will pick her beak up off the ground. She's like in awe of Tessa's move, and Kiki's going to lob a bomb. She's specifically going to lob the Mimic with the incendiary. I don't know if it gets extra damage or not, but her, like if it gets like a bite attack as well as the thing or not, but she's going to lob it at the caster. And so it's a dex save.
Is that... You have the range on that?
60 feet.
Okay.
That's why she moved up 5. Her bombs have 60. Her bombs have 60.
What does he need to hit?
Spell save is 16.
He makes it.
Ah, okay. Well, he takes half. So he only takes 5 damage. Kiki now has 2 attacks, but she... Okay, I guess we'll do another bomb. She only has a couple of pre-made ones.
The shimmering wall stays in place.
Son of a bitch. Alright, so she's going to lob a second bomb at Caster. Caster dude. Just going to try to. Same deal. Dex save. Has to be the 16.
Nope, he's not making it this time.
Okay, so it takes the full 10, so 15 total to the caster.
Okay, so he's going to take that damage. And now he's going to make a concentration check. Which he makes.
No.
The shield remains. Roscoe or Nick?
I'll go. I am going to step forward into the shields from the west. Look for me to the west. Yada yada. That's wrong. I will first, for the first time this campaign of being a good warlock, I will, as a bonus action, cast Hex.
Yes.
And you
Let's
see
go.
You
Love
see
Hex.
the storm cloud that Neva put over the general area kind of concentrate, and it literally, like a cartoon, like the fucking Peanuts, an
Wonderful.
actual dark cloud sits over this person and just starts gently raining,
Yeah.
marking them with Hex.
This is on the caster.
This is on the
I'm
caster,
so
yeah,
into
for
that.
sure.
Oh my god.
I'll give him a sad face icon.
He gets sad face
He's so
storm cloud.
wet.
Sad face Stormcloud. He's so wet now. He's so full of shrapnel. He's so wet.
Does running water ground magic in this universe, or am I thinking
No,
something?
it's something else.
Damn.
Would help
So
conduct
you give him
electricity.
disadvantage on something.
So
Yes.
so that's bonus action, and for the thing that he gets disadvantage, the check he gets disadvantage on, because concentration's is a saving throw.
Con's
right?
a saving throw, yeah.
It's a saving throw. Let's do strength checks.
Got it. Okay.
Disadvantage on strength checks, and I'm gonna say hello with two bolts of Eldritch Blast. Cause fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
It's our new motto.
Yes.
It's 13 hit.
It does not.
Does a 13 hit again?
Nope. Pew pew.
This is
Flying
worth
by.
asking.
Nicholas, you are up. What do you do?
Okay. I was really hoping that shield would come down, so I could do some lightning through it. Do I have any sense at all of like? Actually, no. Okay. Oh, but I don't have the range for that one.
You can prep an action.
Good prep.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't want to prep my 3rd level spell because then it burns it if the shield doesn't come down. I'd be better off just casting it and hoping. Okay.
What are you doing, Nick?
Like, really weak damage. Okay. Do I think that lightning would be stopped by the shield or reduced by the shield, or do I have no idea?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Make an Arcana check. Do.
21.
You think it will be reduced by half.
Okay. Has Neva dropped invisibility yet?
Yes.
Okay.
They're both not invisible because Tessa put a sword to that big Damon, so
Yeah.
that big old Matt
He
Damon.
dropped some lightning on his head.
Yeah, they are very visible.
Excellent. I'm gonna turn myself invisible.
You are invisible.
And let me.
I love this
put it-
image of like Kiki just hucking a 60-yard Hail Mary twice in a row, and then Nick's like, "Yeah, gone."
Accurate. I mean, yeah. I'll put this thing on my face. Okay, so I'm invisible, and then I'm gonna move
Okay.
this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You didn't move one. You're good. You still have one more square movement.
Are we doing where diagonals are always one movement?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Just to make things
okay.
easier. Fuck that like 1.5 noise.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You can get inside now.
You get inside.
I don't know if I want to. But... Yeah, I do. Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Right to the other side.
Yeah. This is a great place to be, right next to them. Okay. Solid.
Melee wizards, a new meta.
Technically, a
Right.
Hexblade Warlock would fit the bill.
Do I need to roll a thingy?
No, you're invisible, and there's a
Okay.
lot going on right now. So
Okay.
they might have an idea. You've moved, and you have a. Those three dudes, those three gentlemen right there, probably. Their attention's a little split, but one of them might have seen like there was a wizard there, but they're not sure like where you have gone because you could move
Okay.
a lot of places.
Might be behind a rock.
Yeah, we are now in
Cool.
turn order. So Tessa, you're up now.
All right, so I got my big glowy sword with all my buffs on it, so I'm gonna whap at him first
Wow.
time. Does a 29 hit him?
It absolutely
whack.
hits. Wow,
All right,
Jesus fuck.
so
Who are you, and what have you done with Deb?
I'm gonna
She stood next to me for a while.
dump a divine smite into that as well.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he takes 24 more points of damage.
Plus some more with Radiant. Jesus Christ.
That's attack number 1.
Mhm.
I'm gonna roll for attack number 2. I'm gonna luck that. It's a 12. Does a 15 hit him?
Does not.
Luck it. Fuck it. 26.
That'll hit him.
2 lucks down. Alright.
Fuck it, luck it, or luck it, fuck it.
Luck it, fuck it. He takes 16 more points of damage.
Okay, so as your both cuts rip in, you see his tum-tum opens up and ichor starts to roll out. As
Gross.
an immediate reaction to that, he takes that big whip he's got, pulls it back, and attempts to wrap it around your throat. Does a 22 hit your AC?
It does.
Mm-hmm.
I sense a butt. coming.
What? Yeah.
That sounded like a butt.
No. He can hit me. I'm also going to dump my Hellish Rebuke since he struck me. So he's gonna take 3d10 fire damage.
So badass.
It's the like Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny putting the signs up on each other.
No, you guys don't
Yeah,
understand. I built myself for combat.
Yes.
So the thorn wraps around
And we
Tessa's throat,
appreciate
but
that.
Tessa's got a thick old neck, I'm assuming, for a beefy
She
lady.
does. I mean, she'll take the damage.
Right, so Tessa is going to take...
It's somehow thick but graceful. It's both.
So
Elegant.
Tessa's going to take 2
Yeah.
damage, but I need Tessa to make a wisdom saving throw. You're going to do the Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, I'm actually proficient with wisdom saving throws, so that's good.
Oh god.
So they took damage.
Please.
Points of
I
damage?
don't
You
want
took 2 points of damage.
Alright.
I don't want possessed Tessa. No, bad.
Ooh, I'm gonna lock my last luck.
Uh-huh.
19.
Very lucky. You do not... You feel a spell attempt to worm inside your brain, but your internal fire and ire at this demon boy stops his magic. So roll the Hellish Rebuke damage, please.
Well, he has to make a dex saving throw, I think.
He's going to make this a disadvantage because he is like you are. He is point blank range with you. 2 on the dice.
That
so
does
no.
not. No, okay.
Does not make the save.
He's like
He takes
he's
18 points of damage.
functionally grappling you. That does get half though, because he is
Right.
resistant.
It still
Yeah.
helps.
Wizard's up. Wizard's got a lot going on, so he's going to turn to Roscoe. And he is going to fire 2 Eldritch Bolts at you, Roscoe, because he thought that was a fun thing to do.
He wasn't wrong.
Nope. Second one misses because there's a 2 on the dice. Does a... Numbers. Does a 21 hit your AC?
21 does hit my AC. Here's the thing real quick. That Hellish Rebuke sounds hella fun. I'm gonna have one too.
What's Eldritch?
I'll have what she's having.
What's Eldritch Blast?
Is it Angelic Rebuke?
What's Eldritch Blast
What's
as
the
far
damage?
as
2d6?
damage?
Yeah.
It's 1d10
He's gonna roll.
per bolt.
1d10. You take 9 damage from the Eldritch Blast hitting you in the Jimmy Johns.
These things happen.
Yep.
Fuck Jimmy Jones.
If he can make a Dex saving throw, that'd be super cool.
Critical fail.
So he actually, the cloud above him starts to crackle a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I say, maybe this is the first time a character is saying it instead of a player saying it. Roscoe says out loud, "Fuck around and find out."
Yes.
The Gaffers motto.
That little cloud with a playable bit of flavor that you and I worked out ahead of campaign actually hits with 3d10 lightning damage from Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, roll it.
Let's see what that looks like. Okay, 13 lightning damage.
The shield stays up. But he is not looking great. He is very damaged.
Motherfucker.
Damon's turn. So he's going to let go of the whip, Deb. But
Okay.
he's going to send 3 attacks at you.
Okay.
That's not going to hit you. That's a 4. Does a 22 and a 25 or a 25 hit you?
I'm gonna give you that look. Yes.
Paladin, you have crazy high
The
AC.
list.
No,
the listening audience can't hear you. Roll
I actually
dice.
I don't
Or
gain
maybe
more
they can.
armor from increased dex that I found out, which is unfortunate.
Right, so you take 19 damage as he gives you 2 big whaps with his big old sword.
All right.
Archers are up. This one's going to turn for Rosco. He's going to fire 2 bolts at you, Rosco. They are on fire! 14 and a 16.
The 14 hits, or the 14 misses. The 16 hits.
So he's going to shoot 11 points of fire damage at you. Kiki.
Oh, is it finally Kiki's turn?
It's
since
finally
she rolled
Kiki's turn.
3 on initiative.
Super low.
She really wants this barrier to go down. Okay, so she only has so many pre-made items. So she's going to lob a rope bomb, because that's all she has pre-made other than the 2 bombs, at the caster. And so again, that's a dex save, has to be.
What was your initiative, Kiki? 3.
3? I rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I rolled a
Oh,
5.
now I'm looking at the number.
I think I'm missing 2.
Yeah.
No, you're on mine. You rolled a 6, Nick.
Okay. I am
So
on.
I'm gonna
Okay, I
get
can't
this
see me, but
order
I believe you.
fixed up. So actually, I'm sorry. It should be. It actually
Okay.
is Roscoe's turn with a 9.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll hold.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, great. Then I will. I'm gonna fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at the caster.
So fire the first one.
First Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, Roscoe crit.
That I
Nice.
was scrolled up. That's gonna be a crit on the Eldritch Blast. Do you want me to do that first damage then?
He has 7 HP, Roscoe. So as
He's
long as
alright.
you don't roll a 2 or some shit like that.
I get a
yeah,
plus
roll.
5 to whatever I roll anyway. So
Yeah. So you want to?
alright. Okay,
is there
let's
a
just
particular
do it.
way you want to murder this man?
Let's
Because the
do it.
barrier drops. 'cause
Well, I
he
mean,
dies. You can roll it, see the damage.
So I do 12 force damage just for the sake of it.
Down goes
And
Fraser.
honestly, Roscoe is
And it still didn't matter.
still so pissed about this whole business that I don't do anything fancy. It was like an efficient headshot, next target, move on. He doesn't get my attention. I will.
Who are you targeting next?
The archer.
Okay.
Archer gets the next one.
The
16
16 will
to
hit
hit?
the archer. Yep.
So, question, because it's not something I have used before.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use my bonus action to move Hex in between
Yes, you can.
bolts of Eldritch Blast? So I move Hex over to Archer while this is happening.
Mm-hmm. So roll that beautiful damage. Do, baby shoot.
18.
Archer's dead.
Some force, some necrotic damage. Yeah, boom.
Archer is
Goes on
gone.
forever.
Boom.
That'll do it for me. Actually, no, I'm lying. I'm going to just use
I'm
my
hampered.
movement. Use my movement to circle up. I'm not going to go all the way up while the demon's still up to the girl, but I'm going to get a little bit closer and kind of back a ways. Circle around a little bit.
Okay. Nicholas, it's your turn, and that barrier is gone.
Okay. Well, good thing I spent my spell and time to get inside of it, but that's actually still good because I needed to walk up here anyways. So, 5, 10, 15, 20.
I see what you're
25.
doing.
Stretch your legs.
So I get over here, and
I'm excited.
For those of you wondering, Rob has lined up a shot in a straight line. That shield wall has not moved yet.
Oh, I know what's happening here.
Yeah.
I know
It's
what's
targets
happening.
in a line.
I set my feet.
Somewhere on a plane far, far away from here, Idri is so fucking proud of you.
I set my feet.
Mhm.
I reach my hands out. I shake my string off my wrist and stretch it out in front of me. And I just say, "You let her the fuck go!" And as I scream that out, I drop invisibility and cast lightning bolt.
So they're
100
gonna,
foot line, 5 feet wide. I need a lot of dexterity saving.
yeah, they're gonna make this. I'm gonna roll at disadvantage because they have no idea where this is coming from. So,
Idri
Light him up, post-grad.
practice his emotions.
so I'm gonna start with the one closest to you, and then I'm gonna go down the line. All right. First guy.
Perfect.
What do they need to hit Rob to save?
It's a DC 14.
Okay, first guy makes it. Second guy misses terribly. Third guy misses. Fourth guy misses. Fifth guy misses. And
Oh my god.
last guy misses terribly.
Okay, so the first guy takes 15, the rest takes 31.
Dead, 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 dead.
Nice.
Very not
Mostly dead.
Mostly dead. Definitely bleeding.
Roscoe is scared and a little aroused. And
Neva,
Roscoe's a pretty straight guy. Like,
Neva,
Nick's
you
not, so like, if you're interested, just let him know.
okay? The only rule is not wearing pants. That's Nick's thing.
It's true.
Neva, you look over as you hear this crack of lightning, and being adjacent to the storm courts, you know what that sound means, and you watch this graduate student just rip this huge bolt of lightning, just fricasseeing and frying about 5 people.
Yeah, proud of him.
It is your turn, though.
Okay. Well, the original plan was for her to free the girl as soon as possible. But now most of the people that she needs to be freed from seems to be dead, and it seems to be more efficient to just kill this demon and the last dude who's mostly dead. Plus, killing demons. Neva's a fan of this. So he's going to take some more lightning, and then some other things are going to happen.
Okay.
But lightning first. She's going to drop it once again right here,
Mm-hmm.
in a spot where it won't hit anybody but the demon.
Mm-hmm.
He has to make a dex save. Has to beat 16.
He does.
Okay, he's going to take half damage. He takes 9 damage, and then I'm going to spend a point of inspiration. And I'm trying to decide which thing I want to do. Can I see? Is she bound
She is.
physically or magically?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Like, she is in iron chains, but the chains are glowing.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to use this point of inspiration for an extra action to spend my my remaining 3rd level spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
Drop a dispel magic on that.
Make me an Arcana check. This is going to work, but let's see if you can get past the potential failsafe.
I'm going to spend a luck. And I'm going to spend 1 more luck. Alright, apparently I'm getting a 15.
You do. You stop as you begin to dispel. The chains start to heat up, but you switch the magic and with enough time to stop it from doing anything to her. Is that everything, Neva?
I think that's all I am. I can move. So I know I'm going to provoke an attack of opportunity if I do this, but I want to move up next to the girl, because just in case the demon decide that its best chance of getting out of here is threaten her, I want to be in a position to try and do something about that.
Okay, so he's going to take a swing at you. He misses. There's
Okay.
there's big angry tiefling lady doing a lot of radiant damage to him.
Yeah, but I was really hoping he was going to hit me with like some element so I could finally use absorb elements.
The shield wall gentlemen are left. This guy's pretty pissed at you, Nick, although he's very hurt. So he's going to move up to you, and he is going to attack you twice. Does a 16 hit your AC?
I need to check what I trained with Mage Armor. 13 plus Dex? Yes.
And that
Just barely.
is even higher. That's a 22.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So he's going to whap you with his long sword twice for a total of 14 damage.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right. Nick has looked healthier in the past, shall we say?
Okay. But luckily, it's Kiki's turn. Finally.
So, finally, this is what you get for rolling low with initiative. So she was going to give Nick this look like, could you have left some people for me? But then she saw he was injured, so she's decided not to give him.
I looked one and he hurts.
She killed all the big
I
men.
know,
Oh
right?
god, that big man's gonna kill him.
You know, Kiki, about that pew 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 plan that you had. Wait, sorry, pew 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 pew. There we
Yes.
go.
All right, so she's excited. So she pulls out her crossbow, and if I know lots going on, but with Neva's passive perception, she might notice that it doesn't look like it's loaded, but suddenly all the glyphs on it start glowing, and she points it at the guy, and she makes it fire magic missile at the guy attacking.
Oh, that's
So it just
extremely sick.
So
Fucking
she,
Holy shit.
so she does.
I love
one
everything about
shot
that.
with 3 of them, and it does 12. Wow, nice,
He's
12 damage.
still alive, but barely.
Okay, she gets a second attack. She's feeling
Because
very
it's pew
confident.
pew.
Actually,
It's not pew. Pew.
It's pew pew.
with the magic missile. It's 3. Right, it's pew 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 pew
Mhm.
pew. So she's feeling really cocky. Actually, she like points it straight up in the air because magic missile is going to hit anyway. And she does another 13 damage to the guy.
So Nick,
with
as
her.
this gentleman sees that he's fucked you up pretty hard, he pulls back this sword to just finish the job. He's like, fucking... And then all of a sudden, like at the end of Scarface, his back is riddled with impacts, which you know is magic missile, because that's some low grade wizard shit. You know what that looks like. Everyone
Yeah.
does them. And he just sort of topples over you in a heap next to you. He is dead.
I'm like,
So
I'm
he-
crouched down. I'm like, got my hand up, but I know that I'm about to go out, you know.
So Kiki lifts up the crossbow, and like she's seen
Tell me you blow it
humans and
out.
other people with. Well, she tries, but she only has a beak, so she can.
Kiki, you're breaking my heart.
And then she realizes midway there's no saving it, and she just goes. She's like, oh well. She tried to be badass.
Succeeded.
In her head, it looked great.
Oh my god.
So at this point, the demon, looking around, seeing all of his allies are gone, looks over to Tessa and just goes, "I give up."
All right. Well,
And then he shrinks in size
hey, how come he gets a turn out of order?
because he's surrendering to you.
Mm,
Did you want to hit him? Because he's surrendering.
I mean, me as a player, I do. I really do.
So surrendering.
You
and
can
running.
swing at him because he has you have a turn before him.
You
Well,
won't
if he's-
have advantage because he's flanked now.
And also, he's leaving, so he gets an attack
No,
of
I
opportunity
moved
to
him.
try to play.
I moved the token. He's not running
Oh,
away.
okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I have
that's
it.
what's happening.
Yeah, sorry.
Got it.
So he's
Um,
surrendering to you as he begins
I
to shrink
do-
in size.
Hold a pause here, because Tessa, being a paladin, does not like demons and would very much like to send him back to his plane. But she takes a deep breath and looks over to Neva and says, Do you want to ask him any questions?
Why?
I'm just. I mean, I'll kill him.
Oh, no, I'm asking him why.
Oh.
So an important thing happens while this is going on. He not only does he become smaller, his features seem to change. As was once a very large red, red-skinned, battled, hulked out demon, becomes something a little bit different. And then get the fucking tokens around. So I'll make this a little bit bigger. The gentleman, this demon takes on a much different visage, much more mortal plane tiefling look-alike. Still has very big demonic horns, but just the saddest eyes in the world. As he just throws his weapon down. He's bleeding quite a lot because Tessa's been fucking whapping at him pretty hard. And he just goes, I was doing it to impress my dad.
Oh my god, he's an anime character.
Alright. Insight.
Good?
My insight is actually not as good as my perception, but still a non-natural 20.
You think he's being real. Like, you've spent enough time at the crossroads with enough other entities, because one of the doors to the crossroads leads to Sigil, and you know that Sigil has Aasimar and angels and demons that sort of get along fine. Some of them are assholes, but that's just because they're individually assholes. Like, they're not necessarily bad.
I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen my latest pin. It says "Sad Boy Fan Club" as I'm holding up to the mic or the camera right now.
Oh no!
Oh yes.
My weakness.
Deb, no.
I-
Deb, yeah.
I start untying the physical bonds. I'm going to come over and start working on her actual.
Ask her what she'd like.
That's a great idea. And Scoot, I asked this, but I'm forgetting now her name.
I don't think I ever gave it to you.
I thought we talked
You
about it when I
did.
went.
Her name is Pam.
Pam Pam?
Pam Pam, as a placeholder until we can find out what the hell I actually created the name for this character.
Okay. I hope it's Pam Pam. I hope I'm wrong and that you didn't give the
I
name.
don't. Yeah,
and
I
it's
don't think
Pam
I
Pam
gave you a
forever.
name. We were referring to her as like the vessel. You didn't spend enough time. You had a very deep, heartfelt conversation before I ripped her from your arms.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's Pam
Yeah.
Pam. Pam Pam.
Pam Pam.
Pam Pam. Moonsight. Yeah.
Pam Pam mean sight?
Moonsight.
Moon sight, not mean sight. Not she's
No.
just like looking mean.
No.
Mean mugging. Moon sight. Alright, so I will untie her. And I ask, did he hurt you?
No, he actually kept the other ones at bay.
I would like to bring him back to answer questions to those at the temples. What do
Already
you
tying
want
him
us
up.
to do?
So looking at him, there's as you're tying him up, Tessa, he has a mark on the back of his neck.
Do I recognize it?
Sort of. It sort of looks like a mark of Orcus, but it's odd. It's
Sort of?
Sort of. It's that same sort of bargain brand that Roscoe showed you before.
Oh, that's an unfortunate tattoo. At least if you're gonna get it done right.
Yeah, my dad did it. He says, kind of looking down, very defeated. Also, still bleeding.
Is your dad Orcus?
Yeah.
Is he just really bad at doing tattoos?
He's bad at a lot of things, like showing affection and not eating his children.
Well, I think we need to take you back alive, so I'm gonna pop a Cure Wounds on him
Okay.
to get him stable.
Neva also suggests that
7 points.
if we decide it would be better to get him off of this plane, but not back to that particular one, she does have some recommendations of places where it might be less unsafe and possibly rehabilitative for him to go.
Crossroads.
Either that or Davon is.
Well,
It's
oh,
cool
yeah,
that
yeah.
you know of Doshnaral. Yep, so you...
Yeah.
Kiki offers. Kiki
Pam
offers to
Pam,
cut off his
what do
tattoo.
you want us to do?
So I'll get...
That's brutal, Kiki.
What was that, Kiki?
Kiki offers to cut off his tattoo.
Brutal.
She's like, would that help?
He's like, nah, it just grows back. I can't get rid of it. I've tried, he says. Pam Pam just kind of looks at him and looks at you, Roscoe, and she goes, not death. I don't know. He's so sad.
Her weakness, too.
There's a sense of pity in her eyes, unlike Deb's, which is a sense of lust. There's a very like, it's that sort of Bilbo pitying Gollum type situation where she's like, I don't want to murder him. Like, I don't think we should put him down because something's off about him. She tells you, like, he captured me, but then he didn't perform the ritual. Like, he didn't kill her immediately, which is an odd thing if he was attempting to curry favor with his father.
Okay. I'm going to walk over to him, tied up at this point.
Mm-hmm. And he's sitting down very defeated, his bangs very clearly in his face, covering his eyes.
I can't
Just one eye,
take
though.
it.
Just one eye, not both.
No, both. He's very trodden
Oh,
at
he's
the
that
moment.
sad.
He's no eyes sad.
I can only get so aroused.
Everybody says that until they find out they were wrong.
So, I just want to be clear. This is just Deb speaking, not Tessa, right?
Oh yeah,
There's
yes.
Tessa
Sorry.
also.
For the audience, I have a type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad monster boys.
Sad anime boy, sad monster boy.
Yes.
I will, you know what? Roscoe comes over and I just pull his bangs up. Like, kind of do the...
Yeah, and as
Pull back.
he looks up at you and his eyes shimmer as he looks at you. Welling slightly
Trying to
with
impress.
tears.
You're trying to impress your dad?
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh.
Is your dad a good guy?
He looks at the corpses around and he's like, no. Is your dad a good guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's that say about you that you know this is what would impress your dad, and you still want to impress your dad? Get fucked and sit here quietly, very glad I'm not the one making decisions. And I drop his bangs back down so he can go back into his hair room, like Gibby Schmidt, or not Gibby Schmidt. What's the fucking character in The Office? Go back into his hair room and leave him be. And I go back. Can I see any kind of like damage, wounds, anything like that on Pam Pam?
No, she's fine.
She's good. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to start.
Walk, or does she need to ride?
Say again?
Pam, are you able to walk, or would you prefer a ride?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm okay. And she says that as her legs shake and kind of give out underneath her.
Neva turns into a riding horse.
A wooden riding horse.
No, riding horse is made of vines.
Right. She's like, okay. And is it okay to ride you?
Neva nods.
Okay, she tries
Katie.
to get
And
up.
kind of gets down onto like settles down low so that she can kind of just like sit as opposed to like have to climb up.
Yeah,
Although I could put her up there.
she's having a lot of trouble until Tessa comes and just puts her on Neva's back.
There are some very conveniently located vines for her to hold on to. They're not reins. Neva's going to go where she's going, but there's something to hold on to.
Unbreakable nature spirit. You folks eventually head out of as you're coming out of the valley, you see that there are that force of cleric and paladins show up, and they meet you, and they are covered in gore, as they had a success ? And they see her, and there's this audible sigh of relief as they see the vessel is starting to kind of pass out from whatever the hell those chains did, but otherwise intact. And then they see your other guest, and the High Paladin looks to you, Rosco, and goes, who's that? What is that? And he says, kind of feeling the energy radiating from him.
This is Dorcas.
Please give him a point.
And
That'll get a point of inspiration.
the one
You
who
broke Rob.
as a Father's Day present kidnapped a young woman. We decided that, honestly, in my mind, just to make sure there's nothing else waiting, that Selud or the Raven Queen or one of their attendants, such as yourself, might have some questions for them.
Oh, I do. And she looks at him, and you can see fear in his eyes, despite him being functionally a prince of one of the circles of hell. As Tessa can feel the big paladin energy coming off this woman, as she is also probably restraining herself from
big paladin energy.
As she is restraining the want to smite him with everything she has. You do make it back to Ravensloft, just in time as you are able to prepare Pam Pam for the Transference Festival. And from this point, you all kind of wash up and you're able to watch this very sacred occurrence as, Roscoe, you now fill your attendant role as you see the body of the diva, the old diva, laid bare on a stone tablet, like a stone dais, and they start to go through some of the correct, the proper words that they have, and they ask you to, lay Pam Pam on the opposing slab.
Sorry, real quick. I will do that. We realize that Nick is almost dying. So
Yeah, as we're walking back, the adrenaline kind of runs out of my system, and I look down at my arm, and I'm like, used to have a lot more meat there.
Yeah, so you see me raise my hand on the walk, and I'm still kind of distracted and still pretty angry at this guy.
You're just flipping your hand around, like, the wound's in there somewhere. You'll be fine.
This wave. Well, it's nice. It's just a light, so it's just vague. Take some healing. I don't know. Been a celestial warlock for 3 weeks here, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. But you feel the light wave over you, and you take 7 healing.
Arms back together seems okay. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Do you need more healing, Nick?
Sure.
Right,
yes, but it's not urgent.
More blood, please.
Meta, how much do you need? Because I have a pool I can give you.
I need. What am I out of?
8, probably.
I'm 7 down still.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take 7 from my lay on hands pool and give it to you.
Thank you so much.
No
You
problem.
feel the blood come back in your veins.
So, back to the ceremony. I lay Pam Pam down, and I hold her hand.
Okay.
As requested.
Yep. as the evening comes, there is a full moon, and it goes dark. Despite there being lots of stars in the sky, all is gone. All is blackness for just a moment, as in the distance you hear a very loud raven's caw, and then a responding chorus from all around the town. The veil is lifted, and the body of the previous diva is gone. And uprises Tulia Jones / Pam Pam in their new combined form, and there is a huge amount of radiant power coming off of her. Thank you, Rosco.
What do you prefer in your new form, Tulia or Pam Pam?
Whichever you would prefer. I've had many names over the centuries.
I think my job was to watch over Pam Pam, if it's all right with you.
That's fine.
I'm glad everything landed where it needs to be for now.
Until we do it again. She smiles, and the town is now in a sort of very excited state to see this happen. As Tulia this new Tulia walks down off the dais and goes into her people, and the various priests and clerics and paladins begin finishing out the ceremony, and the revelry begins. After most of the drinking is done, which I'm sure a lot of you may be partaking in, to this big celebratory scene, you are called, Rosco, to the Temple of Saloon again.
Go. But this time, like last time, I was like, let's go pick somebody up from their hotel room. This time it is like, clear the corners.
Service business.
Actually, I would ask Tessa to come with me this time.
She does.
If that's all right.
Whatever you need.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You are met with both the high cleric and the arch cleric and the high paladin of the Raven Queen, as well as the corresponding people from Saloon, and of course the priestess you had met previously. They seem very happy with you. As the high priestess of Saloon speaks to you, Rosco, Wayfinder, you've done an invaluable service, you and your fellows, this night, and you've kept darker forces at bay.
Well, fuck. You asked me to step in for my dad, and I did. By failing at the job I had first, and then figuring it out.
Seems
That's
to be
the Barrackson way.
Yeah, it seems to be a family tradition. But the point is, you figured it out, which is the most important.
And he's not there yet, so that's actually pretty good omen, I think.
Yeah,
that he'll get there.
Just remember, Rosco, the sins of the father do not fall upon the son.
No, I don't think they're my sins. I just...
Are they tragedies?
Trigger.
You know the words.
Time I try to
the
build
word
a moment
almost
every
came
time.
out of my mouth. The words almost came out of my mouth. I find Kiki and bring Kiki, and now I know that I played that wrong.
Every
You
time.
could be Tessa, just not Deb. Just not Deb.
I am a literal shipper.
Every time I try to build a moment, Deb. Every fucking time. Campaign's unbound.
Exceptional.
This is what I'm here for.
I don't think they're my responsibility, but I love my dad a lot, and I hope for his redemption. That's all. This was a nice moment of hope for me.
Good. We also, we've been talking with the Temple for the Raven Queen, and certainly you've done a great service to this town. So we wish to reward you and your fellows tomorrow morning.
Oh. But okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Meet us in the undercroft of the Temple of the Raven Queen tomorrow at sunrise.
Okay, I'll let everybody know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you need? Is there anything else that this position requires?
No, when your father returns eventually, he will probably retake up his duties, but for now, I think you've done more than enough, Rosco. Please go help others at different crossroads.
That's what we'll do.
Okay. You spoke, again, Rosco returns to reveling.
Revel.
Revel.
Is that why
Yes,
Laura
yes.
Croft's last name is Croft? Because she does tombs?
I was this year's old.
Oh, whoa! I was today years old.
You all enjoy yourselves? I'm sure some of you are drinking and doing whatever. There's lots of food, plenty of music.
Yes, I'm famished.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's smiting. We'll take it out of a girl.
Heard that.
Yeah, lots of drinking. I killed several people and then
Yes,
almost
yes,
died.
That's a
Kiki will get tipsy. She won't get like full blown sloppy drunk, but she'll be like,
okay.
Yeah, not like assemble bombs under the table drunk, but you know.
Not tonight.
As you do.
The next day rises. Those of you that have hangovers have them, and Roscoe leads you to the undercroft of the temple. Well, you go to the Temple of the Raven Queen. You're led down to the undercroft, where you find there are vaults here, both of the grave variety, but also of the keeping stuff variety, and they lead you to an armory. And you're informed that each of you may select an item to take with you on the road.
What sorts of items are on the table, or walls, or racks,
Yeah.
or shelves?
Many weapons, many sets of armor, various rings and other magical items, necklaces, weapons, and such. Now we are nearing sort of our end time, so I'll leave it up to you folks. Would you like to continue and select your things now, or wait for next week?
I think I kind of know what I want, but I guess...
Yeah, I know what I want, so either way, doesn't matter.
Okay. Why don't?
Yeah, I was going to look for a long sword.
Oh,
like an enchanted
they have that.
Okay.
So they have one that they refer to as Death Ward.
Ooh, that's so edgy.
Yeah. It is in
Got two of them.
You sure it's not called Edgelord?
No, that's an entirely other god. There are this sword is imbued with the ability to cast Death Ward as a free spell, along with being a +1 magical longsword.
What is... I need to look up
Ooh.
what Death Ward is.
It's something that would probably be useful for Nick based on his fight track record thus far. So basically, when someone's about to die,
I see, it's
when you're about to
protection
die,
death.
you come back with like 1 HP. The spell drops any damage to 1 HP, so you don't technically die.
So that kind of like just... It's kind of like if I'm holding the sword and I drop to 0 hit points, it activates automatically.
It will, but you can also cast it on somebody else. You can spend it to cast it on like Nick or Roscoe or Kiki, your squishier
Okay.
friends.
But I'm sure you just randomly selected which person to use as your example there.
Well, it's not the druid, I'll tell you that goddamn much. They have like thousands of HP.
Okay, that sounds awesome. I'll go with that.
Okay, so you take Death Ward.
Yes.
Nick, you said you know what you wanted?
Yeah, for no reason at all. Nick's kind of rubbing his arm that used to have no arm there mere hours ago.
Your hours ago.
Is there anything to... he kind of gestures at his physique. He's like, I'm not much for armor, but I'd rather not get hit so much.
Well, if you can't block, you'll have to dodge.
Go on.
Yeah, so they bring you an amulet, which they refer to as the Amulet of the Raven's Eye. And they tell you this will allow you small glimpses into the future. So maybe you can dodge more easily away from a blade, or it's not going to help you if someone drops a meter on you, but it may stop a swing from coming in.
Ooh, that sounds extremely dope. Yeah,
So
I'll amulet up.
Yeah, so this thing has 3 charges per day. At the end of the day, it gains them back, and you can impose disadvantage on a direct attack, be it spell. So it has to hit your AC, basically. A spell or a swing of a sword, a dagger. You can impose disadvantage on somebody.
Okay.
Yep, 3 charges. They all come back at the end of the new day, basically.
Okay. Is it on long rest or like at dawn?
At dawn.
Okay.
I know what Neva would want.
What does Neva want?
They got anything she can store spells in?
They do. They said they have this. They actually got one newer item from their friends in the Falklands. It has a very odd name. It's called a tummy rock.
Neva is familiar with tummy.
Yes.
Tummy rock.
Yeah, it's from the otter folk of the Falklands, and you can do a wide variety of things with them. They don't really know how to work with it because it's
Neva
magical. Yeah.
Neva has some degree of familiarity with them, mostly because of actual otters, not because of otter folk, but she's familiar enough with what a tummy rock is that she thinks she can figure out how to store spells in it.
Yep. So you will be able to store up to currently 3, a total of 3.
Okay. Any level or?
So it's either 1 3rd level, 3 1st level, a 2 and a 1. So just add the spell. Spell levels add up to the number. Now she does tell you, like, if you can find the right people, you can probably upgrade this. That seems to be a gimmick they do.
I will see about doing that in the future.
Okay. Kiki, Roscoe.
He waits for Roscoe.
Looking at particularly like the rings and the amulets, anything that might either make me a little bit more agile or make me just a little bit tougher to hit in general.
So they can provide you with a Raven's Eye talisman like they did Nicholas, if you'd like.
Okay.
As far as making you tougher, they also can give you a amulet of... trying to think of a cool, edgy name. It's the problem doing it online.
You know what? Wait, actually, I'm going to pull that back for a second. I had a change of heart. Is there anything that would make me smarter?
Time.
Yeah, man, I hear ya.
That's going to be expensive.
That's beyond even our ability.
You know what?
Actually, I do have an item if you're interested.
Talk to me.
So it's called the Amulet of the Savant. So once per long rest, you can discharge the amulet to give yourself a +10 to a particular knowledge or information gathering based check.
Okay. Great.
Yep.
Damn.
Great. Yes.
Yeah. And a lot of times, like, you won't retain the knowledge per se. It's just that, like, you will have this spurt of, like,
It's like a stroke of genius kind of moment.
yeah, like a brain blast, like Jimmy Neutron. You're like, oh god, here it is. This is it.
Excellent.
Amulet of the Savant.
My lap is full of cat.
Yay.
I am sort of scared but aroused and excited at what Kiki's going to want.
So Kiki also can't wear armor. So she either wouldn't mind something that would like up her dex, because her armor class is based on intelligence and dex, basically. So she basically knows to get the fuck out of the way. I guess that, or maybe like a cross.
So there is Randall, can you hear me? No, I have something so good for you.
No.
Randall,
no.
Bad timing.
bad timing for this.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have
That was so
something
weird.
for Kiki, because you see a few things that can help you with that, because they can't make you more dexterous or more intelligent at the moment. They're not willing to sort of part with those things. However,
Yeah.
you do notice something they say that can help you to kind of move around. And there are boots of flight on the table, Kiki.
Ooh, yeah.
You see her eye kind of twitch a little bit, like you see her kind of like twitch. She's trying not to show.
Neva
so
has
much
very
interest, but,
concerned mom face on right now.
like it's.
Tessa gets
yeah,
excited for Kiki.
Yeah.
Kind of like in general, because Kiki seems to be struggling to speak.
Kiki, would you like to try them on?
Yes, please. So, like the other thing is that Kiki does have kinku feet, right? They're like bird's feet, so also like.
These are magic boots.
These are magic boots.
Yeah.
They will wear, and they go. Well, the other thing, if the boots won't fit, is they point to a rolled up carpet in the corner.
I think she'd go for the boots. Would be a little more her style.
Okay.
If they fit.
They will modify, and it will sort of be like when you have a like hoofed character in an MMO, where like they go from being boots to kind of like big leg warmers. But the wings are still there, and Kiki can activate them to fly.
Nice.
How much, how often, how high?
I will get you those details off screen,
Okay.
Kiki, so you know. But I think that will do it for us today. Now that the team has been properly awarded and rewarded. So thank you all once again for joining us here in Ryam, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.